All right, welcome to the Fantasy Football MBAs. That stands for Matchups, Breakdowns, and Analysis. It's your boy Steve here, and I'm joined by my two homeboys.
I always wanted to come into the ring like that, like a like a tiny listener. It's your boy T Campbell on the line, checking in.
Okay.
Your boy EJ here, 2-0 in one league and 0-2 in my other league. So
There you
Yeah,
go.
I feel you, man. I feel you. We both 2-0 in our league, man. So,
yes,
so that's what's up, man. But man, I tell you, I'm hurting in a couple of leagues, and I don't know, man. I'm a little. I got a little bit of frustration that I might need to share with y'all,
Got a
man.
little frustration.
Yeah,
I
man.
got
We
a
all got
lot
some,
of
right?
frustration.
Yeah,
talk
we
about
all
it.
some. Yeah, man. I say we just go ahead and start out this episode. Just air it out. Tell them why you mad. Tell them why
All
you
right,
mad. Who
let's
want to
get
go
it.
first?
Go ahead, EJ. Check it out. Take it over, brother.
I'm gonna start with. So I play in this one league where you can have two quarterbacks.
Oh man.
So this week, apparently, I guess while on I don't know if it's on the team plane or in the locker room before the game, Justin Herbert finds out that he's gonna start. Um, and I could have played him. I had no idea this was going to happen, much like the rest of the football world. And he played really well.
He was good. Yeah.
And I don't know, I completely missed the boat on that one. This one league where I have him, it's a league where, it's a keeper league and you try to draft a lot of young players so you can, either use them at some point or have them in the
Okay.
future. And I completely missed the boat on this one. Besides the injuries that I'm not going to talk about yet,
Oh man, we all got the injuries, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He looked good. Like he was throwing
He
on the
did.
run. I don't know. He looked like he really belonged. So I don't know. I missed out on a golden opportunity this week.
Yeah,
And in
yeah.
this
I
one
think.
league, I'm at 0-2 now, partially because of that.
Yeah, man. I think Tyrod might be done after this week. This
Mm.
is record. This is a record for Tyrod, man. Even for
I mean,
Tyrod.
we've seen this before, man.
Yeah.
We talked about it on this show. Tyrod Taylor, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and it's like
You already know.
they can do not enough good to keep their job. And the moment
Yep.
it happens, Stano snaps his fingers and they're out of here. So the story goes, Tyrod Taylor was having trouble breathing, and that's probably right after they told him that Hibbert was starting. So like, wait,
Oh, oh.
hold on, what? Like,
Like, damn, after
damn
one
it,
game?
like, one game for real.
Yeah.
Like that was like the preseason. Like,
Yeah, that was the preseason.
like, hey, bro,
Man. And
yeah,
they won that game too. Man.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad right now, man. So I got Josh Jacobs in a couple of leagues, almost all of my leagues actually. One of them, I am now 0-2. I went against the highest scoring person of the week, and I was the second highest scoring person of the week. And I watched everybody on Monday night get a touchdown except for Josh Jacobs,
Except for
including, I don't even remember half of these dudes' names that got the touchdown.
Alec Ingold, come on, man.
Yeah, Eagles. And then, Jalen Richard, he broke one loose and got
Jalen.
a touchdown. Yeah, and I was just sitting there, and I ended up losing by half a point in that league. Now I'm 0-2 in that league, and I'm the second highest scorer in the league so far.
I think John Gruden actually got a touchdown as a player coach. Everybody but Jacobs got a touchdown in that game, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. So,
Yeah, I feel, and that's your guy.
That's
That's
my
your
guy.
guy. He'll be all right though. I mean, he'll be fine. That just was a weird game, man.
It
Like,
It
was a
was.
weird game.
you know, the Vaders, the Las Vegas the Vaders,
The Vader.
man,
That's
they beat a good team, man.
yeah.
I'm
They
proud of
look
Like
my
nice.
boys.
the
Look nice.
Vaders look like I don't know. I'm not ready to say they're gonna make the playoffs or whatever, but they
Well,
definitely beat they definitely beat a team that will make the playoffs with or without Michael Thomas. But uh, wow, yeah.
yeah. They controlled the clock, controlled time of possession. They was looking
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. David Carr looked again. He looked good again. So
Yeah.
I might have to make a move on him just to, have a good backup quarterback.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's looking like that wouldn't be such a bad thing. All right, man.
Why you mad? See Campbell, tell him why you mad.
Brother, America, internet, the fantasy football gods, lowercase g, they hate me. Plain and simple. I don't know if I didn't do enough burnt offerings or calf sacrifices, but for whatever reason, every year I'm hit with a catastrophic injury in a key position. This year,
This year.
I lose my man, you know, uh, starting running back. I
What's
had
his
number
name? What's his
one
name? What's your starting running back's name?
Christian McCaffrey. I lose my man.
Mm.
I had number one pick overall for the second year in a row, maybe even the third year in a row. Last year, guess who I had? Saquon Barkley. So this isn't new. The fantasy football guys have, somebody's watching. Like, oh shit, T. Campbell's drafted. Uh, do 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 do.
I know.
Lightning bolt, thunder, and my season is in peril. I'm undefeated so far, and that's going to quickly change. Obviously, I had a sound draft even outside of McCaffrey,
Mhm.
and but man, you just that's like losing two people,
Yeah,
and
it is.
is not easy to replace that level of scoring. I mean, my man was balling. I'm sitting back, feet up, cold drink in my hand, just looking at my points rack up. I'm running away with it. And next thing I know, late in the game, it's like, why was he even in the game? He should have been back at the team in the bubble. Like, why was he even still playing? Like, I had already won that week. He didn't have to play anymore. I was done.
I know, yeah, because you won.
Right. It's all about me. He's playing just for me. Yeah. Jeez, man. So yeah, that reason alone is, you know, why the fantasy football guys hate me, because for the second year in a row, I've lost my RB1, and it was a heck of a RB1 to lose. And he may or may not be out for the season, but I can guarantee you this, and you can mark me down. We were talking about it in the pre-show. If this man comes back, this man will come back too soon. He's gonna come back too soon, and he's gonna be done for the whole year, and may require some even more time than that.
You know what? It's gonna be worse than that, man, because he's gonna come back too soon.
Mhm.
But he's gonna do a James Conner and just like continue to play and just exit the game in the first
Yeah,
quarter.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Every other game, it's like you started him. Oh my god! Like
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Injuries have been awful this year.
It's
It's bad.
crazy. This last week was insane. So
He hate me.
yeah.
Yeah.
He hate me.
He did. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, man. So, crazy weekend. But, there was some positive stuff, man. There was some good things that happened this weekend. A lot of big performances, a lot of surprise performances. And, we started a segment last week. We want to continue it going. And, us as fantasy football MBAs, we're not always perfect. We don't always, hit them. So sometimes we might get something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, we want to kind of apologize to those players and apologize maybe to y'all too.
Yeah.
With the rose petals and back pedals.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, with the rose petals, we give our flowers to the player that we might have been wrong on and gave us a good performance. And then on the back pedal, player that we might have been wrong on the other way that we thought might have a great performance or a great year. And it turns out that it's not quite working out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get it started. I'm going to give rose petals to both DK Metcalf and to my boy T. Campbell. Because T. Campbell did say he was starting everybody on the Seahawks with no fear.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little bit of fear and trepidation. I actually have DK Metcalf in a league, and I benched him because he would be going against Stephon Gilmore, and we know he tends to shut down wide receivers, and it did not matter. It didn't. And he burnt him on that touchdown.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, damn. Because, it's funny because when you bench somebody, you start rooting against them.
Right. Like, I knew he wasn't going to do nothing.
I know, yeah. So I'm going to give my rose petals there. I'm starting DK Metcalf rest of the season. No questions asked. He's an elite wide receiver at this point. That offense is elite. And I would start them no matter what the matchup is. Because if they did that against the Patriots defense, then they can do it on anybody. Really.
Absolutely.
So, and on my back pedal is Chris Herndon. I was really big on Chris Herndon this year. Very talented tight end. I thought I was being slick and getting him late in a lot of leagues. And the joke's on me because Adam Gase is his coach, and that's all that matters. You're down against the San Francisco 49ers, and what do? You give the ball to Frank Gore 20 times.
There you go.
For 61 yards.
There you go.
So Chris Herndon spent most of his time blocking for Frank Gore. So
That's right.
I don't know. I guess I feel like Gase is trolling us at this point. What do y'all?
It's like, I heard your little podcast.
Yeah, I think he is because I feel like I think his name is Braxton Berrios. I think.
Yeah, who is Braxton Berrios?
He was getting all the targets this week, so
Right.
he's got some weapons for you that you didn't know about.
This dude is so trash. So I still think he's gonna get fired this year. But until then, I want no parts of the Jets offense at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'll take the baton from here. I didn't say it on this podcast, but I've said it in private. I've said the words in private. No one's heard me. But feel free to call me crazy. But coming into this season, I had diminished hopes for this next player or diminished expectations for this next player because I saw flashes, but it just didn't match to what the expectations I thought he should live up to. And I was like, oh man, we overshot for this guy. And I say we because I'm a Falcons fan, and I'm talking about none other than Calvin Ridley. So I'm giving rose petals to Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Third, I'm sorry. Now, no one else probably in the fantasy football world was down on him. In the back of my mind, I was seeing training camp videos from Falcons coming out, and I'm seeing this man running crisper routes than Jalen Rose's hairline. And I'm like, yo, man, like, I don't know, like, he eating up some cornerback or whatever, but I didn't know who the guy was that he was.
You was like, well, shit, that's the Falcons quarterback.
Right. It was like, that was the Falcons DB then. They ain't really talking about nothing. But he was eating this summer, right? And week one, it was like, oh, shit, 2 touchdowns. Like, oh, okay, let me see him do it again.
Yeah.
He did it again. So shout out to you, sir. You're a grown man. You finally are coming into your own in this league, and it doesn't look like there's anyone that can stop you at this point. I know we're just 2 weeks in, but I'm looking at this guy like, are we looking at Julio taking Roddy White's number one due to
That's what
injury,
it's kind of
possibly?
looking like. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe it's being predicated upon injury to Julio Jones, but it's looking like we have two number one wide
For
receivers
sure.
here, not a one and a two.
Yeah, for sure.
But moving on, staying local, in a sense, I'm backpedaling. I'm getting down in the stance. I'm keeping you in front of me on DeAndre Swift, Detroit Lions running back. Now, this guy, I say staying local because he's a UGA product. I am a Georgia boy, true and true. But coming into the league, man, there were, again, big expectations. Like, this is a good look here. Again, Detroit just, loaded up on SEC talent. And then week one, DeAndre Swift was, hardly utilized. Adrian Peterson ran away with the show. Week two, they didn't go to him again. Don't know what Patricia's doing there in Detroit, especially with the talent he has at running back, Kerryon Johnson, Adrian Peterson
scored
there.
a touchdown, by the way.
Right. So exactly. So it's like when it comes to fantasy, man, it's they have recreated the Patriots of old. You don't know who's gonna, get the tote. So I'm shading DeAndre Swift into the back pedal this week.
Yeah. I definitely feel you on both of those, man. Calvin Ridley, man, I want to get back to him. His routes, man, he was making people look silly, man. People just tripping over themselves.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful thing, man. So
yeah.
I felt like he would be good this year, but I didn't want to reach because there was a lot of hype. There was a hype train behind.
Was it the league we were in or another league you were in where somebody took Ridley like mad early?
Yeah, I was in a league where somebody took him early second round, second round, fourth pick. I thought that was crazy.
We laughed about that.
but because I felt like he still could have got him later.
Right. Yeah.
But now that doesn't look so bad. He's like an elite wide receiver one right now. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like those picks, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually this week. I'm gonna start with my back pedal because you two were right about Christian Kirk. Yeah. I'm gonna start and just come clean. I'm pretty much. I'm about to just give up on him because I try to do my research before the draft. I hear he's clicking with Kyler Murray. The coach likes him. I figure having Hopkins there, you got to give him a lot of attention. He catches 2 passes for maybe 50 yards. And one of them he caught on a bomb play. So
right.
Other than
the other
that,
one was 5 yards.
Yeah, exactly. And they did give him 1 carry, but he got 3 yards with it. So I don't know what's going on, especially because it looks like their offense looks good. They're moving the ball, they're scoring. I think they're going to do a lot of damage on offense. And for somebody who is, supposed to have a really good year and who I was hoping, every year you kind of have those few receivers that kind of, either make a big impact or, have a good year.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the hype train or I read too much into those preseason predictions and I'm suffering because of it now. I needed big production from him. I'm one of those people that has all the wide receiver injuries. I have Mike Thomas, Godwin, and Cortland Sutton on this one team. So I needed Christian Kirk. I needed you, man, and you failed me. So
just send him a text. Just say it's not you, it's me. Just send him a text. Break up with him, man.
I'm gonna have to let it go. But on a positive side, who I do actually, it's actually 2 Jacksonville receivers, which I never thought I would say. I guess this kind of, overlaps a little bit, with, my risers. But I do want to mention them because I got to give Keelan Cole his props.
Man, what?
in the past few, like I remember like last year, like I kind of fell in love with him for 2 games and then he just kind of disappeared. But they got to throw the ball. And he looks like he's kind of the number one target right now. So I really just, like him. I think Gardner Minshew, I'll give him credit, is doing a little bit better than I thought.
For sure.
So I got to really, give him his rose petal and props. And I'm on waiver wires trying to get him right now.
Me too.
I need all the wide receiver. Yeah, right. I need all the wide receiver help I can get, especially in this one league where I had all these injuries. So
yeah, for sure.
I need it.
Yeah, man. Jacksonville, they're a pleasant surprise, man. And Keelan Cole, man, he back like it's 2017 again, man. Like, I was like, yo, he's still on the team?
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird because he was there last year. He was healthy. And, like, he was nowhere to be found. And now he's back.
Yeah.
Like, nothing happened.
With my luck, he'll pull a Christian Kirk on me, and I'll be backpedaling on him next week. So I'm gonna just hold out hope that he continues to keep getting his targets, and I think he scored in both games. So if I can get him off the waiver wire, I need him to give me just a little bit of production. That's all.
Yeah. And I think even DJ Shark is a little gimpy himself, so he might get even more targets his way. And
whom I also own.
By the way.
Yep.
By the way, but I think this is a good segue into our next segment, which is risers and fallers. These are people who we're keeping an eye on. People that you think might be good stashes right now, and also people that we might think about dropping or definitely fading at this point. So I'll go ahead and get this one started again. And for my risers, I have essentially the Steelers, 2 of the Steelers wide receivers, Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool. Deontay Johnson was somebody who I was actually targeting in the drafts. He actually looked pretty good last year with trash quarterbacks. So I'm like, okay, with Ben, he's going to be great. And right now he's looking like that. He's received double-digit targets in both games. He's out targeting Juju Smith-Schuster. First week, he had a case of the drops, and Big Ben still trusts him. He's still throwing the ball to him. He can move. Like, if y'all see him on tape, like, this brother can move, man. Like, so, he's very, in an open field, he's very dangerous. And the touchdown he got this past week, it looked good. It just looked good. Chase Claypool, it's funny. The Steelers, they just have like the interchangeable parts, man. And they just like, all right, so-and-so's gone. We're going to put you right in this role. Some stranger, whether it's running back, wide receiver. Chase Claypool is that new Mike Wallace, Martavis Bryant kind of guy who all he needs is one. That show One Punch Man? He's one punch man. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, all he needs is one touch, and you got 14, 15 points on there. So that's a player who I am targeting. When it comes to players like that, you're not sure when to start them, but it's definitely somebody that I want to hold on to for now and see what happens. So those are my risers.
All right.
Yeah.
Who you got? Who you fading on?
Yeah, that's right. My bad. My fallers, I have Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup was a player who I was also targeting. He's my Christian Kirk.
Okay.
Obviously, the elephant in the room was CeeDee Lamb. Like,
it's getting crowded. It's getting crowded, man.
But here's the thing. Last year, Randall Cobb had 80 targets. So we knew that the Dallas Cowboys could still sustain 3 wide receivers and at least target 3 wide receivers. But man, Gallup is the third guy now for sure. He's out targeted. He got out targeted by the backup tight end.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz, who was dropping the ball all over the place in week 1, and Schultz got 10 targets in week 2. Dak Prescott throws for 450 yards. They make this epic comeback, and Michael Gallup was really not even part of it. So because of that, I'm out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because of that, I'm out. Yeah, man. And I mean, we can stay on that game. And I promise you, I saw more than this game. Okay. So, I saw more
I'm
than this
glad
game.
you did.
But, my riser this week is somebody I wanted to talk about last week. But I was like, let me just see if this is, what's the production going to be. And reports are coming out of, I was just going to say it. My riser is Russell Gage, Atlanta Falcons wide receiver. And again, I saw more than just the Falcons game this year. But the reason why I'm looking at him is because reports are coming out of Falcon camp that the Julio Jones injury, hamstring, is maybe a little bit more than he let trainers and coaching staff in on. Now I'm on record by saying I think Julio Jones is going to miss time 2 times this year. I'm predicting he's going to miss 3 games this year. There's going to be 2 consecutive games he's going to miss, and there's going to be a second time where he's going to miss 1 game. Don't ask me where I got this from. Call it alien technology.
He's Julio
whatever.
Jones. That's where you got it from.
Right. He just plays the game. Julio Jones plays the game in a way that he plays like he's still a first or second year wide receiver. His body is not that anymore. He can't recover as fast as he used to. He still has the goods, but he's going to miss time. Russell Gage, the numbers don't just blow you away. No, he doesn't have 3 or 4 touchdowns already on the year. But what I'm looking at are potential setups. He's being targeted a lot, as well as with the potential that Julio Jones is going to miss time or is the league's highest paid decoy. He's going to be beneficial for those who have the ability to stash someone. So that's why I like Russell Gage again. He only has the same amount of touchdowns he had all last season. I get that. But just trust me, he's averaged about 9 targets. Julio's looking iffy. No one looks like they can stop the Falcons offense at this point. Matt Ryan's playing like a man possessed. And they're trying to outpoint people because the defense just isn't there up to this point. So I look for Russell Gage to stay involved, if not to increase his targets, as Julio kind of, like I said, is possibly missing time. My faller is a guy before the season started. I was like, this is his year. Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton. Darius Almonte Kentavious Slayton. I got to give you 2 middle names. Sir, in a game where you lose Saquon Barkley early in the game, way early in the game, you would think that, this is going to be, look, we got to get some short passes, something. Even sorry Evan Ingram got involved, which this guy, big disappointment for years. But 6 targets on the day, sir, 3 catches, 33 yards. Darius Slayton, I'm falling, sir. Alicia Keys, please make me out to be wrong. I'm falling. I need you to come back to yourself, sir. Sterling Shepard stays broken. He stays broken. Just, come on, man. The opportunity is there. And now with this past week, Deion Lewis is, blew it out the water. Looks like they're going to sign Devontae Freeman. I mean, they may be committing to run to set up the pass, so there may be even fewer opportunities for you moving forward. So I'm falling back on Darius Slayton.
Man. Yeah, man. I feel you on both of those, man. I do think that the Falcons can sustain the kind of like a three-headed monster type of thing, and I think Gage will get his opportunities with the Julio Jones situation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What you got, E?
So kind of just continue. So actually, my riser this week, I was going to give him his rose petals, but I think I need to wait about another week before I can do that. I like Antonio Gibson right now. I think he's going to get better. I think a lot of it is because Washington is actually a better team than I thought they're going to be.
Indeed.
You know, Terry McLaurin, they need a compliment to that. And I think, this week, they played, the Cardinals who were winning. So, they didn't get to maybe run as much as they would like. And I think they got a matchup coming with Cleveland this week. So I like him to continue, doing what he's doing. And then they also were going to get the New York Giants twice this year, and they'll get Philly again, who's a mess. So I like his prospects for the rest of the year. I think, that first game, he's a rookie, and it was kind of a mess. It was a sloppy game overall. So I only like him getting better over the course of this season. And as for my person who's kind of fading away, I got to go back to the Giants because, again, looking for receivers that could help me. I had Sterling Shepard, and like you said, he can't stay healthy. Saquon is gone, so they're not going to really have good balance. And then just kind of echoing that point, with Deion Lewis in there, somebody like him, he's going to eat up targets because I know Daniel Jones is going to be dumping the ball off like crazy.
Sure. Yeah.
And I mean, I really thought maybe he was finally going to stay healthy. Maybe he's going to give me something this year, but I was wrong. I have him and Christian Kirk are killing me. Two people who I were banking on, to finally take those next steps as receivers, especially, I play in PPR leagues. It's just, it didn't happen this year. So I feel good about Gibson. And then another person I'll just throw in there really quickly, another Jacksonville receiver, Laviska Shenault, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I like him as a player. He's getting about 4 or 5 targets a game, and they're letting him carry the ball like 4 to 5 times a game as well. He's just like one of those players, they just trying to get him the ball any way they can. And I think if he gets 10 touches a game, especially if you play in a PPR league, he seems like somebody you might be able to use as a flex, and hopefully we'll get more involved as the season goes on. I think it's just interesting how they use him. So I kind of like his versatility as a player right now, and somebody I'm going to keep an eye out on. These next
for sure. Yeah, man. Jacksonville, their defense is not good. The offense has been a pleasant surprise, but the defense hasn't been too great. So I see a lot of game scripts where, and I mean, Minshew, he's throwing the ball all over the place. So, yeah, man, I think that he will continue to eat. So, yeah, man. But y'all got any other takes for the day or for this week coming up?
I'm just gonna have a long night waiting on that waiver to open up.
Man, boy, everybody, when the season starts, man, my body conditions itself for me to wake up
That's
at
it.
like 4:30 in the morning on Wednesday. Like, it's just automatically no alarm needed, anything. I just wake up in the middle of the night, pick up my phone, check it out, and then go back to sleep. So
the worst is waking up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, like, oh no.
Oh yeah, no, I've had it where I woke up. It's like there's always somebody else who's like that too.
Right.
So I'll wake up at 5 o'clock and be like, oh no, it's 5 o'clock, and I'm rushing just to see, or there's some certain players that you're like, I'm not gonna waste a waiver on them, but I want to pick them up before somebody else does.
Right.
So yeah. But anyway, continue to check us out. Make sure you subscribe, like our videos. Follow us on social media at the Fantasy Football MBAs. We are on Twitter and we are on Instagram as well. We also do have our podcast on Spotify, and we will soon be on Apple Podcasts. So we do have our weekly week 3 starts and sits coming up as well. So just be on the lookout for that. And until then, we'll holla at you.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. Okay, that was